A normal morning begins like every other day. Our little stickman has no idea that today will change everything. He wakes up feeling tired but calm. It seems like just another ordinary morning. He gets ready for the day without any worries. Everything feels completely normal. Breakfast is simple, quiet, and peaceful. Nothing seems out of place. With a smile on his face, he heads into town. The day has only just begun. He checks his phone for today's news. Everything still looks completely normal. He enjoys a warm cup of coffee. It feels like the perfect start to the morning. Wait. What was that? A strange sound echoes across the city. The sound grows louder every second. Everyone begins looking in the same direction. People stop what they're doing. Something huge is coming. He tries to see what everyone is staring at. His heart starts beating faster. What he sees is impossible. A gigantic shadow is moving toward the city. Fear takes over. He starts running before he even knows where to go. Then he finally sees it. One single step from the monster shakes the entire ground. The ground trembles beneath him. Staying on his feet becomes almost impossible. He hides for a moment, hoping the danger will pass. But the footsteps keep getting closer. Now there's no doubt. A giant monster is walking straight toward the city. The city has never faced anything like this. And our stickman's greatest adventure is about to begin. The giant monster takes another step, and the entire city shakes beneath its feet. People run in every direction, searching for a safe place to hide. Our stickman joins the crowd, but fear makes it hard to think clearly. A loud roar fills the air. The sound is so powerful that everyone freezes for a moment. The monster swings one massive arm, sending dust and debris flying everywhere. The stickman ducks behind a small car, hoping it will protect him. He peeks out carefully. The monster is even bigger than he first imagined. Emergency sirens begin echoing across the city. This is no ordinary disaster. Police officers guide people away from the danger, shouting for everyone to stay calm. The stickman follows the crowd, but the streets are becoming more crowded every second. Suddenly, the monster stomps down again. The ground cracks beneath everyone's feet. The stickman loses his balance, but quickly gets back up before the next step lands. He looks around for another escape route, but every direction seems dangerous. Above him, helicopters circle the giant creature, trying to understand what they're facing. The monster lets out another terrifying roar, making the helicopters pull back. For a brief moment, the giant stops moving. The entire city holds its breath. The stickman realizes this might be his only chance to escape. Taking a deep breath, he starts running again, unaware that the real battle is only beginning. The stickman runs as fast as he can, weaving through the crowded streets. Behind him, the giant monster starts moving again, each step shaking the ground. He spots a small store with its door wide open and rushes inside. Breathing heavily, he hides behind a shelf and listens carefully. For a few seconds, everything becomes strangely quiet. Then, another earth-shaking stomp rattles the entire building. The stickman slowly peeks through the window, afraid of what he might see. The monster is searching the streets, its enormous eyes scanning everything below. A family trapped nearby waves for help, unable to cross the broken road. Without thinking twice, the stickman rushes toward them. He helps them climb over the cracked pavement and leads them to safety. The family thanks him before disappearing into a nearby shelter. For the first time today, the stickman realizes courage is stronger than fear. Just then, a news helicopter flies overhead, broadcasting the attack live to the world. The reporter announces that no one knows where the giant monster came from. Scientists believe the creature may have awakened after centuries of sleep. The stickman looks up at the towering giant and makes a decision. If no one can stop the monster, then someone has to try. The stickman takes a deep breath and begins searching for a way to stop the giant monster. he notices a group of scientists unloading strange equipment from a truck. One scientist points toward the monster and explains that its weakness is still unknown. The stickman volunteers to help without hesitation. The scientists hand him a small scanner that can collect information about the creature. His mission is simple: get close enough to scan the monster and stay alive. Carefully, he moves through the empty streets, staying out of sight. Every thunderous footstep reminds him how small he really is. He finally reaches a safe spot near one of the monster's enormous feet. His hands shake as he activates the scanner. The device begins collecting data while the monster stands only a few meters away. Suddenly, the monster starts lifting its foot. The stickman dives away just in time as the massive foot crashes into the ground. The scanner beeps loudly, signaling that the scan is complete. He races back to the scientists with the valuable information. The scientists study the results and discover something unexpected. The monster has a glowing weak point hidden on the back of its neck. Now they finally have a chance. But reaching that weak point may be even more dangerous than facing the monster itself. The scientists quickly build a simple plan and explain it to the stickman. The only way to reach the monster's weak point is from above. A rescue helicopter lands nearby, ready for the dangerous mission. The pilot warns that they may only get one chance. The stickman climbs aboard, determined to see this through. The helicopter rises into the air as the giant monster continues marching through the city. Strong winds make the flight rough, but the pilot keeps control. As they get closer, the monster suddenly notices the helicopter. With a deafening roar, the giant swings one massive hand toward them. The pilot barely avoids the attack, and the helicopter shakes violently. The stickman holds on tightly, refusing to panic. They circle behind the monster, searching for the glowing weak point. At last, a bright light appears on the back of the monster's neck. The pilot steadies the helicopter for just a few seconds. The stickman carefully aims the special energy device the scientists prepared. He presses the button, and a bright beam shoots toward the glowing spot. The monster lets out a powerful roar that echoes across the entire city. For one long moment, nobody knows if the plan has worked. The glowing beam strikes the monster's weak point with perfect accuracy. For a few seconds, the giant stands completely still. A bright light spreads across the monster's body from head to toe. The ground stops shaking, and the city becomes strangely quiet. The monster slowly lets out one final roar before losing its strength. Its enormous body begins to fade into glowing particles. The giant disappears completely, leaving nothing behind but silence. People carefully step out of their shelters, unable to believe what they are seeing. Cheers spread through the streets as everyone realizes the danger is over. The rescue helicopter lands safely, and the stickman climbs out with a tired smile. The scientists rush over to congratulate him for his incredible bravery. News reporters call him the unexpected hero who saved the city. The stickman simply smiles, knowing that anyone can be brave when others need help. Workers immediately begin rebuilding the damaged streets and buildings. Neighbors help one another clean up the city, showing that teamwork is stronger than fear. As the sun sets, peace finally returns to the streets. The stickman walks home, exhausted but proud of what he accomplished. Sometimes the biggest heroes are the ordinary people who choose courage over fear. And even though the giant monster is gone, this unforgettable adventure will be remembered for generations.